One of the biggest fails that has happened to white folks is them thinking that they can have their only white town and them just run successfully. That's one of the biggest fails that has happened. We had whites only town in Arkansas. Started really well, but challenges started. One thing kept on recurring. They needed black folks. They needed black folks. We need black folks. They were always finding a gap in everything that they were doing. They could not make it successful by themselves. And openly, frankly, that is one of the biggest fails that white folks have witnessed. Thinking that they are better than black folks, thinking that they are better than any other group, but at the end of the day, to get humbled by the reality. And the reality is that they need black folks. The reality is that they have been needing black folks. The reality is that they cannot do without black people. I'll tell you why. Majority of these people have all those things that, we call it inflated reality. Inflated reality. Yeah, the word is inflated fallacy. They have an inflated fallacy. Since you're white, you can do anything by yourself. You can do everything by yourself. Just to remind them that 90% of everything that you're using today was invented by a black person. It was never invented by white people. So what do you expect to put a group of people that are not creative, to put them in a space thinking that this was going to run? Indeed, we have creative white folks, and I've seen this happen. But the reality is that the part that black folks hold is way much important, especially when it comes to creativity. And 90% of all you need and planning and everything is creativity. In this creative space, you needed people to come up with energy, people to come up with all these things that you cannot offer yourself. Let's talk about market and everything. Brothers and sisters, I want us to watch this video and then I'll be back. I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
What do you mean that all white town failed? How could a self-proclaimed superior race fail at anything? It's so many of them that don't want to be around other races. How do you fail at building something for you by you? If every white racist moved to that town and support that town, y'all should be good. Your own government, your own restaurants, your own little honky tonks. But you failed. Give black people a chance to do something like that. And don't tear it down and watch what happens. Give Hispanic people a chance to build something like that and watch what would happen without tearing it down. Complain, complain, complain.
So did y'all hear about the people that are moving to Arkansas? They want to build their own town. Stop it. So did you know also that now they are begging the government to help them? They want money for housing. They want money for food. I thought you were so above everyone and you can only be white to live here. Really? Use your whiteness and all that money that you claim you have and build your own town the way you said. No one cared. No one cared that you had that land, that you only wanted white people. You had to put in an application and they can deny your application because you weren't white enough and you weren't superior enough. Oh, really? So why do you need that same government to assist you, boo? That doesn't even make good common sense. And then they claim that they're so great at building and architecture and engineering, but they're not even qualified. If you look up the qualifications in their town, they don't match. So the only qualifications it looks like they have, I'm white.
So a bunch of whitey people decided to create a community only for white people. And my very first thought was, what a fucking brilliant idea. And quite frankly, why are there not more people doing this? Because think about it. Literally all the racists in one place. Somewhere we can all avoid. That sounds like a fucking win-win to me. Now, of course, I have questions. Does this mean that they only stay in that particular community? They don't travel anywhere else? Because honestly, if they're traveling, then what's the fucking point? If they're traveling out of that community, what's the fucking point? Or is the intention to make it completely self-reliant and then so that they don't actually have to move out of the area at all? Because that's the thing. They all need to stay where they are. They can go to each other's houses if they want a good time. I mean, as for seasoning, we know that's never going to fucking happen, but that's okay. They're amongst friends, it really doesn't matter. Salt and pepper will be just fine. They don't need any of the fucking spices, Jesus. So the group itself they're called Return to the Land, which the fucking irony of these fucking interlopers. But anyway, that's by the by. And they are in the Ozark Hills, so the community is going to be kind of there somewhere, I guess. But I think it's a genius idea. I think more racist whitey people should do the same. And I think they should stay exactly where they were. Do not travel, do not go anywhere. Just mingle with each other. I mean, we know what happens when that happens. I fully expect the domestic violence stats to go massively up because at the end of the day, they will have literally nobody else to pick on other than themselves. And once that happens, they will look to their kids and they will look to their wives. It is what it is. I'm fully expecting the domestic violence stats to go way up. Way up. And I'll be keeping an eye on that. But anyway, I think it's a win-win. I think it's a great idea. And I think more people should move there.
It's so weird watching black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities.
Yeah, we don't care, dog. We don't give a flying fuck. Like, there's a lot of white audacity this week. Like, you guys are sitting around making up these narratives that we care about whites only towns. Mind you, one of these towns are in the mountains. Black people not going up there. We are not going up there. As a matter of fact, thank you. Thank you for telling us where it's going to be because that's where we will not be. Okay, we can duck and dodge that town. We won't even stop in that town for gas. And the crazy thing is, historically, black people have never cared about white people making white-only towns. Never. Now, if we're sitting there and you think that we're going to move out of our like house or anything like that, then you got another thing coming. But you going off on your own, we've never pillaged white towns before. We've never done what they did to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've never done that. Black people specifically have never done that. We've never gone into white communities and just pillaged. So it's not us that care. It's y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's why this is viral. This is viral because you want some type of feeling from black people. And we're going to say the same thing in every video. We do not care.
Funniest part about that whites only town in Arkansas, black folks ain't mad and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas and the gag is black people don't even care. Now I've seen the comments. Why aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, poo-poo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happens? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down. But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building their town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Because truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
No black, no gay, and no Jewish people. That is the rule in this white-only town being built in Arkansas. Nope, this isn't 1950. It's happening right now in 2025 in the Ozarks. A group called Return to the Land has built what they proudly call a whites-only community on 160 acres in the Ozarks. They've got cabins, roads, fences, wells, community center, and even a private schoolhouse, all for people who pass their strict racial and cultural tests. To live there, you must be white with European ancestry, straight, Christian, and you cannot be black, Jewish, LGBTQ, or follow a non-European religion. They vet applicants with video interviews, and some are even asked to prove their ancestry. The founders, Eric Orwell and Peter Sears, say that they want to create a, quote, fortress for the white race. In their own words, you want a white nation, build a white town. Now, here's the thing. They're calling it a private membership association to dodge federal housing laws. Basically, they sell membership shares through a company called Wisdom Woods LLC. And rather than traditional deeds, which they claim makes them exempt from anti-discrimination laws like the Fair Housing Act. And shockingly, well, maybe not, there's already 40 people living on the site and hundreds more worldwide are applying. They say they have things like goat herding, homeschool programs, flute recitals, and even a white baby bounty, basically rewarding white females for having more children. And I saw one of their interviews, and even their dog is white. And get this, they're not stopping in Arkansas. They've already announced plans to expand into Missouri near Springfield. Now, civil rights groups like the NAACP and Anti-Defamation League and state officials are calling it what it is, a modern-day experiment in segregation, racism, and legal loopholes. Arkansas's Attorney General is investigating, but as of right now, this community is still operating, still growing, and still recruiting. This isn't just a hate group in the woods, you guys. It's a test case to see if they can build a future where civil rights laws don't apply, as long as they call it private. This is
hot take. I don't have a problem with them having a white-only town or community. They have one already in Arkansas. It's a members-only community, and they're thinking about doing one in Missouri. But see, my only thing is, if you guys are going to do it, you need to do it the right way. Like, why stop at a town? You need an island. You know, somewhere you can escape the horrors of woke people and colored people and gay people that want basic human decency and equality and justice. Like, ew, you know? Somewhere far, I don't know, maybe the Epstein Island, you know? Since Trump did say he was a terrific guy, I think it's only fitting that you take your king with you and, you know, build the walls. You can keep all of us colored people and woke people out of it. And then that way you guys can live in the 1950s freely without us bothering you. But I don't know. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I feel like you guys need to think bigger. Like, why would you want to be in a country that is so diverse? You need an island.
Well, wait a minute, cousin. Now, let me get this straight. So you got some white folks mad that black folks ain't mad because some white folks want to live in an all-white town in Arkansas. We don't give a shit about that. I mean, my colon is clean. I really don't give a shit. And I mean, trailer parks have been around for, I don't know how long. They've been living in there. And that's the kind of people that's going to be living over in that white-only town in Arkansas. You know, they're going to have more raisins on the potato salad than anybody could have ever imagined. You know, and the kind of people that's living over there, they need to be over there because they them kissing cousin type of folks. You know, with the meth face and the Mountain Dew mouth. Go look up Mountain Dew mouth. Go look up Mountain Dew mouth. That's the kind of people that's going to be over there. And they deserve each other. They do. They do. They do. We don't give a shit about that. I mean, it's in Arkansas, of all places. Who cares? Let them have it. Let them play their little banjos and whatever else they're going to be doing over there. The hee-haw and hee-hawing down. I'm finna go to Publix. Y'all want something from there? Just let me know. Because, I mean, again, who cares?
I want to give a big shout out. I want to give a big shout out to the white people in Arkansas. I want to thank you so much I want to thank y'all so much for making this white town. I want to thank you. Because black people are coming the fuck back with Black Wall Street ASAP. I'm making a GoFundMe. We're going to get black towns all over America. Y'all done lit the fire to our asses too. Rent is too damn high. We might as well, black people might as well put out $1.3 trillion together and just buy this bitch up and do the same shit y'all did. Facts. Y'all can have Arkansas. We'll find another state. But I am proud of you. I want to thank y'all for turning this shit back up because the rent is high, the groceries is high. I feel y'all. Y'all white people, I fucking feel y'all. If y'all want spices or anything from us, we'll greatly sell it to you. But thank you. I want to greatly, I'm not hating at all. I'm going to do the same shit. I'm going to do the same shit. Black Wall Street is coming the fuck back. We going to have it all. We going to have, the Bluff is coming back. The Inkwell is coming back. Martha's Vineyard is coming back, okay? We're bringing it all back. All my black people, be on the lookout for that GoFundMe. If you ready to move to our all-black town, and Blizz is going to be the mayor. You know I ain't playing that motherfucking shit in my town. Blizz will be the mayor. And I'm going to run this shit. We're going to buy up land in a certain area. All my TikTok followers, all my people say they want to follow me. They want me to be political. What? Let's buy a town and I run that bitch. There's plenty of space out in America. We just got to find a spot and buy the acres. Let's do it. I need farmers. I need engineers. I need construction workers. And I know I have a lot of them in the black community. Let's build this bitch up. Let's build this bitch up. And all my Amish people, because I fuck with the Amish. My Amish people, we coming. We coming to get that butter and all them good products. Because we only copping from y'all too. Shout out to my white people in Arkansas. Y'all, great fucking idea in 2025. Bring this bitch back.
So they're building whites-only towns and communities in Missouri and Arkansas, where whites, and only whites, no other race at all, can live, can shop, can mingle, and do things of that nature. And I'm guessing when they released this information, or when they came up with this great idea, they thought that it was going to ruffle some people's feathers. And in all actuality, nobody gives a fuck. Because the truth of the matter is, they actually thought that all white people were going to be involved with it. We're going to be for it. And they said, hey, you know what? We're going to make the world this way. Everybody's not like you. And now they're getting a taste of reality and they see that the people that they thought were going to be with them is not with them. That a lot of good white people are on their ass. Sidebar, Arkansas and Missouri is just Arkansas and Missouri. Nobody wants to come to Arkansas and Missouri. We can use New York for an example. You can't do shit like that in places like New York. You might get your head taken off. And a lot of other places. But reality of the situation is they didn't think all of this shit out. So, truth of the matter is, if you are making whites-only towns, the 5 people or 10 people that's going to be in those towns, you can stay in those towns. Enjoy. It's definitely a new day. And everybody's not with the bullshit. Keep Arkansas and Missouri. It's all right. We're fine. I'm out.
My name's Nikki, N-I-K-I. I'm 32. I'm a lady.
This is Return to the Land, a group of millennials who organised online to build something radical and controversial. A town for white people only, that they insist is completely legal. We spent several days with them, watching as the men set about the physical labour of building out the site. All the while, the women of the group took on the more typically trad, homesteading-type roles.
I guess I found the people through Twitter that ended up starting this project, actually spearheading it. And I went out to the first April event last year, and it was really fun.
The sort of white-only aspect of this, how important is that to you guys?
Given the premise that it's something that is kind of off limits for whites but is okay by implication for other groups, I do feel it's necessary to carve that out, and you kind of have to do it yourself.
It's kind of like if we don't do this, the laws are only getting worse as far as freedom of association goes, so it's kind of like we have to do this, or there might come a time where it's not possible to.
Are you guys aware sort of people are going to be watching, it's going to be controversial?
I think people just have a large misunderstanding of what's happening here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the biggest misunderstanding?
Well,
that we hate everyone else. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not about that
Yeah,
by any means.
It's a loving movement.
I mean, on that aspect of it being loving, I suppose the counter argument would be it could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do, and I think that's great for them. And it's like, if other people are allowed to do it, I don't really see why whites aren't allowed to do it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
The leader, Eric Orwell, wants the community to grow and further what he calls traditional white American culture. And the group is explicit about this. It has an online fundraiser to give cash rewards to parents of newborns as a means to incentivise population growth. Just before we arrived, they donated $1,000 to a family for having their 6th child.
Is that part of the mission as well, to sort of have big families, to make the community bigger? Is there a sort of pressure there?
I don't feel particularly myself, I don't feel any pressure to like have a big family. I think there's a kind of expectation here that you do want to, as part of helping grow this thing that you're going to have.
So they're doing a whites only community in Arkansas and the fucking Ozarks. A whites only community in Arkansas. This is where we're at in America today. Like, what the fuck do you mean you don't want to be around people that look like me? Us brown people are fucking cool as hell. Positive vibes, good food, beautiful people. Like, what the fuck do you mean you guys want to live in a whites only community in fucking America in the year 2025? What had to happen in your childhood or growing up that as adults you guys decided that you guys want to live in a whites only community? Doesn't that sound fucking stupid? How racist do you have to be to want to live in a whites only community? I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but even if I was white, that sounds lame as fuck. Like, I would never want to do some shit like that.
Like, they're gonna notice that it's failing whenever Becky's trying to make burrito tacos.
Them folks ain't even make it 2 months without there being talks of them actually failing as a community, bro. I feel like Paul Atreides, Bleeds and Naga Eve type shit. Oh, that shit is nuts, bro. And I haven't seen anything that like concretely says that it's failed. You know what I mean? But I can infer what they're going through. Because if you look at how the farmers in Arkansas are dealing with the Trump administration, the Trump regime, you know, them farmers are struggling, and I'm assuming that them folks down there are struggling even more than the farmers. You know, because it's really funny, bruh. It's really funny because I had a whole bunch of white folks in my comments talking about we don't need y'all, we don't need coloreds, we don't need the blacks, you know. When it's obvious that you do, you know, like a lot of the labor and a lot of the materials that y'all need in order to survive come from color folks, come from people of color. You know what I mean? So I'm just do a little victory lap type shit, you know. But I was right, goddamn.
There are whites only signs being erected in Missouri, the Ozarks. And I guess I'm wondering, like, why are we surprised? Why are we surprised? Here's my thing. Apparently, it's this community called For the Land or something like that. And they plan to go across all 50 states, creating white-only communities where nobody else, like no other kind of people can come in. And they can have their own rules and be completely purebred for their ancestors and stuff. And here's my thing. That's fine. I actually would prefer if all the racist people were to go live in the woods away from... But here's the issue. When black communities come together... Black Tulsa! When black communities come together and they actually start doing something, they actually succeed and get somewhere, it's always taken away, burned to the ground. Lake Lanier, hello?
That's my thing. And it frustrates me when it comes to the Black community as well. It's like, we still can't bring our businesses, like our wealthy Black businesses, back to the hood. Y'all ask Black people, why don't you bring your businesses back to the hood? It's so much deeper than that. Like, we have been so programmed that we don't even help each other anymore. And this is just truth. This is just fact, y'all. I can only speak on my community because I don't know anything else about any other community. Y'all tell me. But that is what I've noticed about the Black community. I think that we don't actually believe that we can be something. We can be a force to be reckoned with. We individually have our own thoughts, yes, about what we could be, but I don't think as a collective we have come together yet and really admitted to ourselves that we can be better than what we are. I recently heard about this theory, right? It's called the Flea theory. Let me show y'all. So basically, they got a generation of fleas and they put them in an open canister with the lid off. And the fleas would jump out. They'd escape. And then as they kept on breeding the fleas and the generations kept on going, with the second one, they would put the lid right here. Let's just say at the top. And they started, and when they hit the top, that third generation only jumped to the top. Then they lowered it. By the fourth generation, they were only jumping to where they put the lid, even when the lid was off. Now, once the fifth generation came along, they left it completely open, and none of the generations jumped past that limit that they did with the fourth. Are you catching what I'm putting down? It gets to a point that you're made to believe for so long that you are nothing, and you can be nothing, you can accomplish nothing, that you start to really actually be that and believe that. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, it's really sad that racists can come together and do more for their community than we can as Black people. And I feel like we have to do better. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so in a nutshell, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about the white community thing. I didn't even bat an eye, to be honest. Ugh, baby, I live in the South. So, yeah. Anyway, y'all, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
We have some news right now. Heads up, if you live in Missouri, a whites-only group called Return to the Land is trying to expand and build a whites-only community in Missouri. Right now, its base is in northern Arkansas, but soon it's going to try to expand to an area near Springfield, Missouri, according to The Hill. In their community, members are evaluated based on European ancestry. You have to be white. Jews are not allowed in the community as well. They currently have about 160 acres of land in northern Arkansas, and now they want to expand just outside of Springfield, Missouri, and soon to all 50 states in the United States. The co-founder of the group said, quote, "We want to ensure that white Americans who value their ancestry will have the ability to live among like-minded people in the future if they choose to do so, regardless of demographic changes. This is real, and it's happening right now in the United States of America. And not enough people are talking about it, so I will. Spread the word so more people know, especially folks living near Springfield, Missouri. Follow along for all the news you need to know about, and I'll do a full breakdown of this news on my Substack shortly, linked in bio.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. Again, I'm your host and presenter Eugene DocuStories. I don't really think that this is even funny, because they knew that this was something that was going to happen to them. And at the end of the day, they still chose that path. They still chose the path of, you know what? We are better than Black folks. We have always been better than them. So let's just do things the way we want. Let's just operate the way we want because we are better than them. This is how they've always believed themselves to be. But as time goes by, things keeps on reminding that, nope, you ain't. You need Black folks more than they need you. And time has proven this. Every single thing that keeps on happening reminded you that you needed Black people. You needed Black folks. It's not the other way around. We're at a time when white people are coming and confessing that the people that were supporting their businesses were Black people. They had one of the biggest turnout was Black folks. Black folks keep on supporting, patronizing his business. So tell me the implication of moving to a whites-only community. What does this mean? It means that show is not going to get support the way she used to be. Probably we can say that there was much competition in the white community, but she used to get support with black people. Some white folks also say that they feel safe within the black community as compared to the white community. White community portray themselves as a group of people who are self-sufficient. But no. When you put racism in front of you, there is nothing like self-sufficiency, because you have inflated reality. And the inflated fallacy is that you can do anything you want. You are better than any other person. You don't need no other race. Your race is better than any other group of people. And all because of racism, you think that you are going to be achieving that like easily. It doesn't happen that way. So people spoke about this, and I want to share with you what they really said in regards to this. Now they're asking the government for help. Wow, another welfare check. They're asking the government for help because they realize that they cannot do by themselves. They cannot do all these things by themselves. They need external support, right? So they built a country and can't build a town. The only thing ever built was a house of lies. Time goes, all this keeps on exposing white folks. It keeps on exposing them, whatever things they did, right? Somebody said that, I don't think it's fair for my black tax dollar to be spent supporting an all-white town. They did use black dollar to go there. They shouldn't need black dollar to stay there. GoFundMe still works well for assists too. It's really a sad situation, but at the end of the day, reality gotta be there. Somebody needs to be reminded about the truth. Somebody said that this is American plight without black people. The unmitigated caucasity. Thinking black people will be upset if you succeed. The black towns were way much successful until your group got jealous and destroyed them all. Nobody destroyed your town. You were just unable to independently pull it off like black people did repeatedly. But you all, please, keep being separatists and keep being independent. Build that town. At least some word of encouragement with sarcasm in it. Somebody also say that I'll never understand the mentality of people who mistreat others than run to those same others for help. That's white folks for you. It's beyond baffling. Wouldn't common sense say, I treat them like shit, why will they help me? They don't see that because they are blinded by something called racism. It helps them not to see that. It helps them not to see the reality. That's racism, right? Somebody say that they are in for a rude awakening. They are the hospitals. Where are the hospitals? Where are the stations? Fire departments, schools, grocery stores. The crazy part is that the original reason for HOA, communities now look at them. This got people talking. And it's really crazy because it's eye-opening now seeing this. So now maybe they will see that their life was predicated on pure hate. They have no one to hate, so they can feel better about themselves. They already hate themselves because that's where hate starts. Then you have a town full of haters trying to love their whiteness that they hate. It become a mirror with no black to escape. It's hard being a true peasant, huh? Brothers and sisters, please let me know what you'll think about this video, right? As you know, I'm your host and presenter, Ejidok Stories, but until then, see you in my next video.